My shit. That boy getting in shape, boy. That boy getting in shape. That boy getting in shape. Them guns coming back. Them guns coming back. Yeah, I'm getting in shape. Looking good there, Mr. Brown. Looking good there, boy. Oh, my hat look a little crooked. Let me take this out. Let me take this out. My hat look a little crooked. I got my dread as a yeah, we're gonna get into this, man. Y'all come on in here, man. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna do this outside. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this outside. Let me what it is a good for absolutely nothing. I gotta get another one of these for my Chevy. I gotta buy the whole attachment. So if anybody got one of these, let me know. Mm-hmm. Turn off the DVR. I don't know where that's at right now, man. I've been trying, man. Let me see. I tried to turn that shit off early. See, this thing is in the way. Move this chat out of the way. Something must not be right with this thing. All right, the thing is in the way, so I can't turn it off. There you go. Hopefully that turned it off. My setup ain't right. Something's going on with the screen. I need to shrink it, minimize it. It's too big. But hopefully that turned it off, though. Let me let Rodney know I found it. I love this thing right here. So we're gonna go over this video. I'm gonna go outside, but I want to go over this part of this video that everybody's talking about because this guy went on a rant for 6 hours because he in his little feelings because his coach said that he wasn't a leader. Yeah, his coach said he wasn't a leader. And so by his coach saying he wasn't a leader, that sparked him to go with the filibuster. That sparked him to go with all these narratives. It's starting to pull narratives. I know what I can do. Let's change the subject and make it about Kwame having a gaffe in an interview from 5 years ago. And let's make it to where Kwame's a liar, all because Anton Jameson said, I ruined the Washington Wizards. All because Eton Thomas said, I ruined the Washington Wizards. What did Kwame do? Kwame just went over a video. Let's just see. Fun fact, every time Gilbert Arenas says something that goes viral or he gets in trouble, Kwame does a reaction along with many others. And for some reason, Gilbert Arenas is only concerned and only perturbed about what I say. That's kind of strange. He goes to jail. Everybody talk about him going to jail. He's only mad that I laugh. The guy who he called his mother a prostitute, the guy that he talked about his children, all that. I laughed that he went to jail and I'm supposed to not laugh? I'm confused. I don't care what happens to Gilbert Arenas. I'm not going to not laugh when you talk like that about my family. That's stupid. So that's that. What else? This just coming up. It wasn't no beef with Gil. Your teammate, it's never happened before. Never. Phil Jackson just came out and spoke about what MJ said. I'm gonna go over that video. When a coach that's directly close to players come out and talk about players, people are going to react to that. That's somebody that know that person, connected to that person. Isn't that the same reason why Gilbert Arenas keeps going on Vlad TV and talking about me? Wasn't he saying that we're teammates, so that's why he talk about me? That don't make no sense. So again, we're gonna go over this video because I don't know what the whole hoopla is about. I don't get it. So let's see what this hoopla is about. Yeah, I'm supposed to care about a dude going to jail that talked about my mother and my children. I can give a rat's you know what, and I'm not ashamed. I'm not you, and you're not me. So any person out there that say you don't wish that on nobody, I don't agree with you. I don't care. I didn't wish it on him. I didn't say, please God, I hope Gilbert Arenas go to jail. It was more like, oh, this was a gift. This is a dumb son of a, just like I said. It was more like that. It wasn't me wishing anything. See, I think a little bit more logical than y'all. Y'all call me crazy, but it's kind of logical the way that I think. I don't care. So let's go over this video. Gil bodied me, RIP. I look like I'm live and kicking, baby. Now you gotta take a time out. I'm gonna get you on the timeout. Yeah, let's time you out. And matter of fact, let me get some subscribers out of this. Let me go to subscribers only mode. Yeah, let me get me some subscribers out of this. Since y'all want to be nosy and shit, y'all want to come over here and fight and argue and have NBA players fighting and arguing for your amusement. Let me get some subscribers out of this right here real quick. Or watch from the bushes. Yeah, let me get some subscribers out of this. Since everybody playing with my name for views and subscribers, let me get me some subscribers out of this or something. Let me get me some. DVR mode. Where my other joint at? Yeah. Subscribers only mode. I'll give you 1 minute. Yeah, that's gonna be some of y'all finna reduce. Let's reduce that number down. Let me get me some subscribers out of this since y'all want to be nosy. You know what I mean? Let me wait for my new subscribers to come on in here. I'm gonna give y'all 1 minute. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get my subscribers, my new subscribers, 1 minute to come support me. Who's the dummy now? Yeah. Who's the dummy now? Yeah, let me get my subscriber 1 minute to get on in here. Yeah. One minute. All right. Now that we got the people that ain't subscribed up out of here, and now that we got some people subscribing back in, you know what I mean? Because you got to subscribe. You got to subscribe. Yes, yes, yes. So let's get to this bombshell breaking news that Gilbert just caught me lying. Oh my God, I just lie so much. All right. We in the playoffs. We playing the Miami Heat. None of them chicks. So I to sleep with each other, side chicks or the main chick. They don't give a fuck. None of them chicks. So I see it in them. So this nigga, we in the playoffs, right? He talked about this on the podcast, right? We in the playoffs. We playing the Miami Heat. I'm dunking on these motherfuckers. I'm killing. I'm having a breakout year. I went down. So this is his bombshell. Because he hear a gaff that we're in the playoffs, we're playing Miami Heat. But then I segue into I'm having a breakout year. So I have a breakout year against the Miami Heat. How many times I've said I didn't play against the Miami Heat? Everybody should have known that, hey, this was just a gaff. This was just him getting in front of each other himself, because there's like 6 other videos on my channel of me explaining this same story of me saying they called me to come to the playoffs. Me and Etan Thomas, they called me to come play in the playoffs. They came to my house to get me to play in the playoffs. So everyone is aware that I didn't play in the playoffs. So this right here shouldn't have even shocked nobody. That should have been like, oh, no. He just he just got in front of himself. And if you just heard what he said he had a breakout year. No one talks like that. No one says, hey, I had a great, you say you have a great playoff series against the Miami Heat. I said, we in the playoffs, we playing the Miami Heat, which is a fact, because I should have stayed with the story. But obviously, I'm smoking hookah and drinking alcohol right here. You know, he give me credit for being this drunk. But now he's going to get and say, because I said this, I'm lying about everything else. So I said I had a breakout year. No, let's keep going. And then we're going to show video of me saying I didn't play in the playoffs. Playing the Miami Heat. I'm dunking on these motherfuckers. I'm killing. I'm having a breakout year. I went down to Sarasota, Florida. I'm working out with Robert Parrish. Now, when I'm talking about working out with Robert Parrish and having a breakout year, am I talking about playing the Miami Heat as well? If I'm segueing into a story about me working out with Robert Parrish and Clifford Ray to prepare for the season, because I said the Miami Heat, and now I'm talking about the process, the entire season. Now, was I talking about playing for the Miami Heat or playing against the Miami Heat then? It's documented that I didn't play against the Miami Heat. Everyone knows I didn't play against the Miami Heat. When I said I was dunking, I dunked on Nocioni twice. I dunked on Nocioni when he played for the Chicago Bulls when I was in the Wizards uniform, and I dunked on Nocioni when I played for the Los Angeles Lakers, and Kobe threw me a pass and I dunked on him as a Laker. So those were 2 times that I was talking about. That does not make me a liar, but we'll get into that. Let's keep going. Who was the other guy? Goddamn, Clifford Ray. That's my dude. Shout out to Clifford Ray, Robert Parrish. I'm working out with them down there. And for the first time in the summertime, I wasn't injured. I was injured a lot. You know, fucking Doug, he the fucking slave breaker. So he got Jahadi White fouling the shit out of me. He just doing dumb shit. They bringing in these crazy, rough, tough niggas to just elbow me and foul me. And he making me lift all these goddamn weights. So I blow up to 255. Then he say, oh, no, that's too big. Then I got to lose 30 pounds before I play. So as much as they talk about, Now, Gilbert Arenas alleges that I am 30 pounds overweight when I go into training camp. Now, the last time I checked, Gilbert Arenas went to training camp in Oakland, California in 2001. And I went to training camp in Washington, D.C. for the Washington Wizards. Matter of fact, we had to move our training camp because when I got there, bam, they hit the plane in the building. Yeah. So I'm not sure who's reporting to a second round pick player. This is what happens when so many people feed you information. You go to talking like you were there for firsthand information, and anybody with a brain can see that this guy is just gossiping and saying things that somebody told him. In 2001, Gilbert Arenas got drafted second round to the Golden State. So you're telling me the Washington Wizards is calling up an NBA player that multiple teams passed on because of his behavior and what he said at draft camp? They passed on him for his behavior. And then they thought so much of him that they'll call him up and let him know my weight during training camp. How does Gilbert Arenas seem to know so much about Kwame Brown? That doesn't even make any sense. And thank you to my new subscribers, because you only can be in here if you're a subscriber. But that just doesn't even make any sense. Man, you told this story. You told this story without a stutter. Gil Cap for real. Yeah. Like, I don't understand this. This makes absolutely no sense. He has people go find a video where I make a gaffe this one time, because there's several other videos on my page that I told this story. And no time did I represent that I played against Miami Heat. Every time I said they called me back. Even the interview with Etan Thomas just the other day that Gilbert won't touch on. He talks about everything else for 6 hours. And Gil, this is where you tore yourself up at. I know you thought this was a smart interview. All this does is show more of the same pattern, Gil. You go viral for going to jail, you respond to one person. You do something stupid, or you get caught up in the gambling thing, people say your name again, you respond to one person. I review a video of Etan Thomas and your coach and your other leader on the team saying something about you, you respond to one person. Every single time you respond to one person. It's a sad thing, boy. You keep responding to me. Gil, you're speaking about things you know nothing about. How would you know my weight going into training camp? You need to learn to stop gossiping about men. You're on video saying you ran over to have sex with a girl to talk about me. So we know that you're a little bit obsessed and you tender. And I'm not going to show everything that I know about you yet, because I'm going to wait and probably do it on a Twitch. We're going to have a hell of a Twitch screen one of these days, and we're going to do it about Gilbert Arenas. And I'm going to show you who really Gilbert Arenas is. The text messages and the things that I have of Gilbert Arenas. I told you not to do this video, but you didn't listen. You got to learn the hard way because you think you're smart. You think I'm going to say something about it right now. No, my friend. I'm going to play with my food. Hey, Gil, you know, your mama slap you and tell you not to pick over your food. I'm just playing with my food, just throwing some on the floor, picking with my peas. I know the play that you're going to do before you do it. You hoping that I show that on the internet because you know I got what I got. And I know what I know. I know you tender. So you know what I got. You hoping that I show it on my platform so you can do a 2-for-1. You're going to flag me and then lose your deal with Underdog, because they probably going to drop you unless you give them 70% this time. Lose your deal with Underdog and then accuse me of being the reason why you lose your deal, huh? Is that your plan, Gilly Poo? Hey, Gil, that's not going to work, homie. I hope you got it all out. I'm just responding to this video that you talk about calling me a liar. But I'm not at fault. I'm not at fault for your teammates saying that you're not a leader. But if you think you're trying to run me into a lawsuit because, you know, Skip done took over the basement and you know these text messages and shit that I got. If I show them, you'll probably say you're the reason why I lost my deal, and then I fight with you in litigation. Gil, I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction at all. I'm not giving you that. So whatever you saying, this is my video. So I'm responding to my video. I don't care what Gilbert Arenas said. But the one thing I do know, Gilbert Arenas got drafted to Oakland. I got drafted to Washington. He was not watching no scale to see my weight going into the Washington Wizards training camp. That's just stupid.
This #1 draft pick shit. How come none of them talk about how many minutes I played? None of them talk about the analytics and why I was in the league so long. So Gilbert Arenas, he understood. Gilbert Arenas is the worst thing for niggas. He act like.
So Gilbert Arenas' biggest joke was he was on the league because he's the cheapest big man. A Donald Foyle. He was cheap. That's his biggest thing. But that's actually not how you determine someone's worth in the league. They do it per 36 minutes or something like that. Per 36, 38 minutes, which they measure it at the time. Everybody was measured off Garnett's minutes at 36 to 38 minutes, something like that, per 36. And that's how agents determine. It's actually like a real estate, how they do real estate, how they determine the market on what this house is worth because it's sold over here at this price. That's how they do it. So this talk that Gil is talking is actually stupid. It's actually stupid talk. It actually was a deflection, and you guys fell for it. That was the most important interview that Etan Thomas and Eddie Jordan did, because that interview said exactly what I said. You guys can try to deflect. That one thing I do know is that no one can call me a hater, because y'all was saying that I was jealous of him. I'm hating on him. So that would mean Eddie Jordan is jealous of him, Antoine Jameson is jealous of him, and then Etan is jealous of him as well, because they all said the same thing I said. So it is what it is. She had to have been a bad one that you took. I ain't gonna say nothing, man. I was just gonna let him keep talking. I would just let him keep talking. But I'm gonna hurt his feelings again. I ain't worried about it. He already know it. He just one of them niggas that he know he can't fuck with me in real life like that. So he says these little internet games because he's tough on the internet with little gamers and little kids that play Brawlhalla and Fortnite. So that's where he tough at. He tough with looking tough in front of girls and shit like that. But that's where he tough at. In the physical form in real life, that's what I smell. And I'm gonna leave it like that.
Like he like black folks. Him, Steven Jackson, all of them. And that little Matt Barnes, that little shit you did to put a battery in Jack back, that little tapping and all that little girl shit. I used to like you. But now I see you one of them confused little light-skinned niggas that was never dark enough to hang with the blacks, so you had to act like a jackass to prove you was tough. And you was never white enough to be with the whites. So you just an angry little nigga. And so the shit you say is always aggressive and stupid. You don't know how to respect a man.
I don't see that how I lied yet. Everything he said was aggressive and stupid. He don't know how to respect the man. We see a video of him spitting on a man. We see a video of him chasing all kind of stupid stuff. So I didn't lie yet. You can't take one snippet of a gaffe and then say somebody lied. I ain't lie yet. I read all these dudes the riot act. I didn't lie one time.
In his space, nigga, I ain't never said nothing. Who raised you niggas to take food out of niggas?
I got shots in there.
And you little girl like 2 or 3. All you niggas, just keep it a man. And I hope I offend one of you 2 or 3. Just keep it a man.
Hey, Gil, do this sound like the guy that you trying to say that I'm a weenie dog and all that? I said on video, and I still say, I hope I offend one of you niggas. I don't care. I just hope you keep it like you a man, just between me and you. I'm talking to you and the dude that I was talking to. That never changed. You get on the internet and play these little games, and Kwame was scared, and Kwame that this. One thing that we do know now is that you can look around. Ain't no locker rooms no more. Ain't no locker room. Wherever you were running to me at, ain't no David Stern and it ain't no locker room. So I said this the same thing I'm saying now. I sat there smoking a hookah with a calm voice saying, I hope I offend one of you niggas. And I just hope you keep it a man. Just you come by yourself. Because I know most of you niggas gonna be windmilling. Like, I ain't worried about you guys. You can't even change a tire. I ain't worried about no bunch of no. You break a nail, you probably gonna cry. Do you see these hands every day gritty and ashy and lumpy? Nigga, you think I'm worried about one of you NBA playing niggas running up on me, man? You think I'm worried about an NBA player or one of you basketball players running up on me? You a basketball player, Gil. I played basketball. You are a basketball player. And you need to stay like that. I don't know why you get on this internet and act the way you act, and it's fine. It is cool. Be who you are on the internet. Be a funny dummy. I don't care. But it is what it is. I didn't sugarcoat nothing. This was before YouTube was flagging and doing all the stuff that they were doing. And I told all of you Negroes to your face. And I got the same phone number. Gil, you got my number. All y'all clowns got my number. All this studio gangster talk. Meet me at the studio. Come holler at me. Do all. I'm not used to all this WWE, all this stupidity you Negroes do. Hey, I said it online. Hey, I got this person laughing. If that's y'all game, play that game. My game is real raw and authentic. I don't do the online playing games. I'm not playing with none of you niggas. If one of you come playing with me, then it's gonna be night. It's gonna one of you going to bed. One of you ball players come playing with me, you going to sleep. That's it. That's all. That's not a threat. I'm not bothering nobody. I'm just chilling. That's what men do. We don't bother people. I go to Home Depot. I go to Hobby Lobby. I go to Lowe's. I don't deviate. I go have me a little dinner and I chill. Other than that, leave me out of your little drama. If you want to play tough, you want to play felony card guy, you want to play real street guy, you want to play whatever you want to play. Be you. I don't care. That ain't got nothing to do with me. All this talk y'all boys got, that ain't got nothing to do with me, man. Do y'all think? I could be broke. I could be bummy. A dude said I lived in my Airbnb. I have a right to live wherever I want to live. If I want to live in an Airbnb, if I want to live in my house in Atlanta, if I want to live in Virginia, if I want to live in Florida, wherever I want to live, if that's what I want to do, then that's what I should be able to do, right? The only thing that I can't understand is why some of you rich, well-to-do, living with pools and so nice and exotic cars, why are y'all not living life? Y'all are back watching me live life, telling me how bad the life I'm living is, instead of y'all living life. What is wrong with y'all? Live your life. Yes, I can live in my Airbnb if I want to. Yeah, let's say I live here. It's online. I'll move out when they come rent it. Whatever joke you want to tell, joke. It's okay. I'm okay with being the butt of your jokes. Joke. Have all the fun in the world with your joke. You understand me? But see, the difference is the joke gonna be on you. Because all this time I've been dropping down game and you ain't been getting it. You've been laughing at the way the outside of my house look. You've been laughing at the way the yard over there look. You've been laughing at the way this look. But I'm not gonna be laughing when I lock them things and go do what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna be laughing. I'm not gonna be laughing when I execute my goddamn own plan. I'm not gonna be laughing at all. I'm just gonna be doing my thing and working. I don't know why so many of y'all hate on me. I don't get it. But hey, it is what it is. If I was you, I'd hate on me too. Yeah. You said you was gonna kill Gil. Why would I do that? I'm not gonna kill anybody. That's stupid. That don't even make sense. You sound like a fool, boy. And thank you for your subscription. See how I make you boys do what I want you to do? I made you sign up. Just so you can say that. You my subscriber now, boy. And you bet not unsubscribe after this live.
Hey, look here, boy. You bet not unsubscribe. I know something if you unsubscribe after this live. I know something. You a bust? Hey, look. As long as you signed up to say that, I'm okay with that, nigga. That's right. Yeah, you better sign up to say that. You say I'm not? All right, now we got a better understanding. That's right. Sub up, you can talk trash. A man that got everybody telling me about this dude's credibility. He told the truth on you. He just killed you. Wait a minute. Ain't y'all say we ain't supposed to be having Trump in office because he a convicted felon? Ain't y'all talked all this felon talk? Boy, y'all some hypocrite. Y'all talked all this felon talk. And now we supposed to take the word of a guy that's currently being charged with a felony right now? I'm like them white boys that's in power. I don't listen to no dirty, stinking felon right now. You got a felony right now. He being charged with a felony right now. He can't get no gun license. Hell, he probably can't even vote right now. I don't listen to no dude that can't. Come on, man. He a dirty, stinking felon right now. He ain't atoned for what he did. He got charged with a felony right now. Gil got surgical. Man, go play Brawlhalla. Go play Brawlhalla. Because all of you know me. All you niggas know me. Hey, this don't look like this right here don't sound like somebody that's worried about the basketball players. This sounds like somebody that all too well know that these guys are some cowards. And it sounds like I know keep it tough guy. Oh, but like I said, this don't sound like somebody who is worried about these guys. This is sound like somebody that's all too familiar with the guys that I'm dealing with and know exactly their modus of operandi. That's why I said I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to your homeboys. I'm not talking to your friends. I believe all your friends tougher than me. I'm scared, but I believe you Negroes are some punks. And see, I know that I got a PhD in Negroes, and normally, even if you around some tough dudes, when a guy get called out in the way that I've been calling these guys out, I've been touching their soul, talking to them directly as men. You can't go get nobody else for the things that I've been saying. You supposed to come see me by yourself. You're not supposed. That ain't even manly. If these guys was to meet me and jump me over the things I said, I'm supposed to lose. I'm getting jumped. But the things I said to these guys, they supposed to come see about me by themselves. Matt Barnes, I took it all the way there. Oh boy, you are this, you are that, you are this. You jumped over your own gate. Y'all tried to portray me as this weenie dog, and then when I started roaring, y'all wanted to start calling the police down there. So I played the game with you. Oh, y'all want to play police tactics? Oh, Charlemagne the God up there reading family tree. Yeah, Kwame Brown, daddy killed somebody. Kwame Brown, daddy crazy. Kwame Brown brother did this. Kwame Brown come from a family of crazy people. Boy, y'all leave Kwame Brown alone. Me and Charlemagne the God didn't have one conversation. But all of a sudden, he just know, leave Kwame Brown alone. He angry. He just crazy. He's so mad about his basketball career. You don't say. A guy you never spoke to, you don't say. He's so mad about his basketball career. The arrogance of people that got the brains of gum sitting up here trying to psychoanalyze somebody he never even spoke to. I spoke to a number of psychiatrists and psychologists in my day, and none of them gave a diagnosis before they even spoke to me. None of them looked at an interview or looked at some words while I'm upset at someone. They don't really work in that manner. They ask questions, they wait for you to respond. They're very good listeners. And based on those things that you say, that's how they determine what and who they think you are. Not based on an interview, not based on something you say on the internet. I could be joking, but
it's a sad day when y'all let somebody deflect like the way he deflected. At this point, with everything happening with former NBA players, how can anyone question the game you have dropped? I don't know. The reason why they got these guys attacking me so much is because they know everything that I've been saying is now starting to come to fruition. You got Cam Newton trying to get a guy in an interview that really knows his Bible, that really knows his spirituality, trying to get him to do some satanic little sign on his channel. And where's Cam Newton at in the podcasting world? He's ascending. Where are most of these people at that they're giving you the illusion that they're winning, the illusion that they're number one? They have a deal. They have a deal to force themselves to be number one. Everything I said has been 100% facts. Now, am I perfect? If someone assumed that I played in the Miami Heat series based on this right here, then I don't understand the confusion, but I did say the word Miami Heat. But there's several other interviews. This is how I know that that's just somebody that's just full of malarkey. There's several other interviews, including the one that I'm going to play in a minute with Etan Thomas, that clearly details that I never played in the Miami Heat playoffs. Never. So let's get that understood off rip. That's never been in question. Oh man, we got Teefs a lot. Teefs a lot in the chat.
So, but Gilbert Arenas, back to this fake slime ball ass nigga here. So this is why they put niggas like him in place, right? This is why all of them will talk about me, but never invite me to their podcast. This is the second, third time they talking about me on All the Smoke. How the fuck you want all the smoke and you ain't never invite the nigga you talking about? Seem like,
hello, how you want all the smoke? You ain't never invite the person you talk about. When they did invite me, it's on some tough stuff. We can vibe, we can real, yeah. It's disrespect. You gonna talk to me like that and think I'm gonna come do an interview with you? Really? What, boy, boy. Hey, some of these dudes been hanging with groups so long, they don't know how to talk to people. I swear. Some of these dudes been hiding behind a bunch of dudes that's my size and linking up with other dudes. That's Crip over there. That's Blood over here. That's my homie over there. So they riding around in these groups that's letting their mouth supersede they behind. But all it takes is one person that ain't gonna fall for that. And all that little bad boy club get broken up and everybody scatter. All it takes is one, trust me. Trust me, all it takes is one. But Matt Barnes and all these guys did exactly what I said they did. But this is my question. This is my $100 million question. How is someone reacting to a video of someone's coach and two people on his team saying something about him and his character? How does that turn into a 6-hour rant about Kwame Brown? I don't get it. Somebody got to help me with that. How did it turn into a 6-hour rant about Kwame Brown? That's interesting how that happened. And then for those of you who said Gilbert killed me, wow, you guys are so easily fooled. You guys are so easily fooled. I swear, it doesn't make no sense. Oh, look at it. This is junkie tactics. I know exactly where this came from. I know who did the video that gave it to that boy. It's sad. Gil, you got to get your own brain, dude. That's the reason why you couldn't even start the video. You had to go call the dude who did the video. It's sad. You really are sad.
you want some of the goddamn smoke. Change your podcast. The new podcast is sensitive ass. You know that. Always talking so goddamn loud. He mad because I checked him about some shit he did in Miami. But anyway, we'll get to that too.
I ain't lie about nothing I said. I ain't lie about nothing I said. At the time, my baby mama was there. Jack fighting and arguing out front of the club over some chains. I didn't lie about nothing I said. I called him up, nigga. When you take women with you, what are you doing? You don't get in front of no club and act tough. You got my woman with you. Are you crazy? What is wrong with you? That's what a man's supposed to do. Hold on. What is you doing out here about to fight 10 dudes when you took my baby mama to the club? Are you crazy, boy? Are you crazy? But I guess I'm a liar on that too. Mm-hmm. And I guess I lied and he's still telling this story of, oh, you got pushed down the stairs and you got knocked out because you're watching my live. All he's been doing is going to listening to my lives and repeating back things that I said on my live. He goes, you got pushed down the stairs and you got knocked out. I told that story 100 times. I got pushed down the stairs after a dude squirreled me. My fake cousin Kev talking about, oh, you was out at the club acting stupid. No, I was not at the club acting stupid. I was with one of my friends. He talked to a chick. One of the chicks came over. A dude got in his feelings because I guess that was his chick. Instead of him having some emotional intelligence and talk to his chick, he swung on me, and then one of the other dudes swung on my friend. I can't help what somebody do. And at this point in life, so many things that happen, I'm not going to say what a dude ain't going to do. But just like my brother Scrooge always tell me, I know what I'm going to do after you do what you do. I know exactly what I'm going to do after you do what you do. I can't control what you do, but I know exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm not being governed. Even when I was governed by company policy, that's not going to stop me from responding in kind if you put your hands on me. But that don't try to make that sound like a tough guy. Don't try to make that sound like somebody's crashing out. Don't try to make that sound like something weird. That just sounds like a man, me, saying that if you try to bring harm to me, I am going to defend myself. I don't understand what is so hard of hearing. And Kev, you can tell your story about me acting like I was being stupid or whatever. I don't do things that are stupid. I make mistakes, true indeed, but I don't do things that are stupid. And I've been the same person my entire life. There's not a person walking this earth that if you put your hands on me, I'm probably 9 times out of 10 going to put my hands on you. But I'm at an age where that doesn't even happen. I don't bother nobody. They don't bother me. Yeah, I don't bother nobody at all. And then when he was EBT and extra big teeth yapping, then after we already went over this story, him saying that I was a punk and all this other stuff, I said, hey, your friend Udonis Haslam, that you know well, was right there. I broke my hand, broke my 8th bone. I had to go in there and tell Billy Donovan and them what happened. And Udonis Haslam exact words was, somebody said, because he wasn't there, somebody said you were punching like this. And I said, told UD, it don't matter what they said or how I was punching. He went to bed though. And I left it like that. I don't give a damn if I was windmilling. The object that I was trying to put to bed, it went night. I'm talking about yeah, I'm talking about all the way night. The third REM sleep. Yeah, I was trying to wake him back up. But that's neither here nor there. I'm still trying to figure out what sparked this 6-hour rant of things that we already knew about. I'm trying to figure out what sparked it, but I think I know. But back to Gilbert Arenas. This motherfucker, his agent, God bless the dead, I heard he passed away. Dan Fagan was his agent. Mm-hmm. They just paid Tyson Chandler like $60 million. Tyson Chandler was averaging, I think, at the time, 5 points in 5. So how can you call somebody a liar that says Tyson Chandler was averaging at the time, I think, like 5 points, 5 rebounds, or 5.6 rebounds? How can you say someone is a liar that's talking about something that was 20 years ago that says, I think. Maybe you could say the guy don't remember the exact points, which would be covered under I think. So the guy wouldn't be a liar. Maybe you guys are in your feelings and you're reaching and you're trying to find a thing to say that I'm lying, but you kind of overreach with this one. You kind of overreach. You said I was lying because he scored 7 points.
Tyson Chandler was averaging, I think, at the time, 5 points.
Got ahead of yourself, buddy. That doesn't sound like a liar to me. Tyson Chandler was averaging, like, I think, 5 points, 5 rebounds. We already went over this already. And it turns out he was averaging 2 more points. So instead of it being 5, it was 7. And it's still 60 million. And my numbers were very on board, if not the same. So what is your point? I'm still don't get it because I said, I think. So how would that make me a liar? Are y'all running around? All you did was lie. He brought out the receipts. You lied. This and that. Maybe you guys don't understand the English language. When a person says, I think, that is not a point of fact. So you cannot call a person a liar once you go out and Google or find the facts. You cannot call that person a liar. The only thing you can do at that point is give them the exact numbers and then move on. So all of you guys that was snickering and kickering and calling me liar, the joke's on you again, bitch. And then I'm still thinking, I don't know where I get this 5 points, 5 rebounds. It either had to have been the year before or the year after. Tyson Chandler at some point was averaging 5 and 5. I don't know what year it is, but I don't make nothing up. I don't know what dates that he's talking about, but there was a time that Tyson Chandler averaged 5 points and 5 rebounds. But regardless of the fact, I said, I think. So you guys that's waiting and listening to yell for no reason, I don't care. You forgot a lot, bro. You're talking about something that was 20 years ago. I didn't forget nothing about his agent, though. Not one single thing I forgot about his agent. And I said, I think. So I don't know what you talk about. Bro, you cook? Good. That's your opinion. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It went to 7-7 and for the Mavs. 7-7. I said, I think 5 and 6. What's the difference? 1, 2 points. Wow. Got me there, buddy. Hey, y'all funny as shit, though. That was hilarious, though. That was hilarious seeing y'all hang on to every word. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Points and 5 rebounds. At that time, I was averaging 10 points and 9 rebounds, almost a double-double. So back then, all you had to do.
And so here he is. He's like, oh, he was averaging this and this and that. Again, you can go to my year where I averaged my best year. You can go to that year and you see 10 and 9. Those are the numbers that they were going to go off. This is what Gil don't understand. Your agent is going to talk about your best numbers. Okay, buddy? So it's going to get paid based on per 36. All this stuff that he's talking about, it got nothing to do with nothing. Now let's get to the actual interview that sparked all of this. Because I don't understand why this went to all of this dumb stuff. I don't get it. And I still don't get it. But hey, I mean, if my coach, if I was on the internet, right, putting my name next to Kobe Bryant, putting my name next to LeBron James and his son, acting like I had some great career, then it would be bad for my brand, for Eddie Jordan, for Anton Jameson, for Eton Thomas. It would be bad for my brand for them to say that I was a spoiled brat and that I didn't respect my coach. that I undermined the team, that I was able to tear up fine slips and throw them in the trash. And that anytime that a coach tried to punish me like everyone else, when the coach deemed it necessary, I was able to go talk to Ernie Grunfeld and get it to go away. That's very damaging to someone's career. That's very damaging to someone. We're supposed to be upper echelon players. I don't know this new thing where you delegate someone's position, this 3-and-D. You're a basketball player. You're supposed to know every position on the floor. You're supposed to carry the threat on both ends of the floor. You don't get to stand on defense and then go down and score 30 and think you helping your team. You're actually not. You're actually not. Kwame, what? A lot of folks wish they last 13 years in the league. Not only that, I lasted 13 years in the league when they were trying to get me out of the league after my first year. To make this whole poster child for not playing basketball, for not coming out of high school, they tried to use my name to do that when I'm too articulate for that. I said, well, why won't you use Trajan Langdon as an excuse on why you shouldn't even have to go to college? If that's the case, if that's the excuse you're going to make, if the excuse you're going to make is that college produced the best players, then Christian Laettner was arguably one of the greatest college players. Didn't really go the way he thought it was going to go in the NBA. Tyler Hansborough was one of the greatest college players statistically. Didn't really pan out in the NBA. How many more examples do you want me to give? Because they're trying to attack younger players. They want to attack the young minds because they've always been scared of young folks. There's always been old people that don't understand somebody doing something at a pace that they wouldn't do it at. That's that balance between young and old. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. Sometimes you got to let that young boy go. And so I have way more examples on why that it makes more sense to come out of high school than it is to not. Arguably two of the best players who ever played the game. You guys have LeBron James and Kobe Bryant as some of the two of the top players to ever play the game. Do you know how many players that had to come out of high school and then played well and you guys downplay it? Tyson Chandler, Al Jeffries, Kevin Garnett. They don't even have to be superstars. There's a lot of players that have come out of high school. Al Harrington. Did you forget about Al Harrington? Solid player. Give you what you want. I mean, how many examples do we got to give of guys coming out of high school and lasting longer in the league? It ends up being a better product that lasts longer, that's able to play more. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. So you can make the excuse. You can not like me. I don't give a hill of beans. But at the end of the day, the cap needs to stop. The cap really do need to stop. And just call it for what it is, man. Call it for what it is. All right.
Well, who's going to be the starting center? And every time they
side.
I
And
remember
once
that.
you go outside that border,
Yep.
that's when I get on you, and I have to. There's going to be conflict.
I got to find that video where I explain this little rope story. And it's how ironic that this rope story is exactly what I explained on my page. This little rope story that Eddie Jordan told. And Gilbert, this is where you ruined your own argument. You talked about everything else but this right here, bro. You talked about everything else but this right here, bro. That's what you talked about. Hey, Dreams basketball, I have a difference of opinion on that. I think Gil is what's wrong with the NBA today. A player that saves and conserves all of his energy. It's hard work to play defense. A player is Gilbert Arenas offensively gifted 100%. That's not what I'm saying. But Gilbert Arenas as a basketball player is a weenie dog because he's going to show up for one end of the court and then he's going to tuck his tail and run on the other end. That I'd rather have Patrick Beverly because I know if we was in a one-on-one game, Patrick Beverly going to stand up and show up and show out. Gil is going to run and retreat in big moments. Every big moment, he's always ran and retreated. In Arizona, playoffs, every big moment, Gilbert ran. So when it comes to basketball at its purest form, you have to be able to play both ends of the court. To get me to respect you, you got to play both ends of the court. And I'm just saying, that's just me. That's just me. You got to play both ends of the court. And just running around shooting the basketball is what we have in today's league. I like what I see Luka doing. He takes the time to come off that pick and roll and probe and get his guys involved. And then when it's time for it to be Luka time, he turn into Luka time. Luka can literally press all game if he wanted to, but he don't. He don't. He don't press all game. He sit there and do his thing. But let's go back because this is what Gilbert Arenas don't want to talk about. Never before have you had a coach that's this established as Eddie Jordan come up and talk about one of his players like that on the internet, on an interview. Phil Jackson have done it, but this is bad. Not on YouTube.
I had a line with Mr. Poland. I had a direct line. That's why I got doing a little scouting, not scouting officially, but assistant coach at St. John's asked me to watch this kid, which lives about 15 minutes from me.
Okay.
So that's when I'll go to the game. And this kid I'm watching, his school is playing against Antoine's son's school. So that's why I got to see Antoine watching his son play. And Antoine and I sitting up there watching the game. And Antoine turned to me and said exactly what you said. He said, you know how good we could have been if Ernie didn't let Gilbert get away with a lot of that stuff. He just said that right out of the blue. Mm-hmm. And I don't know.
So, unfortunately, that sounds like disappointment. That sounds like disappointment. If Anton Jameson, out of nowhere, while he was at a gym with his coach, and just comes out, man, coach, do you know how good we could have been if we didn't have Gilbert Arenas able to just act however he want to act? That's crazy, Gil. They're not saying that about elite players, that you think you're an elite player. They're not saying that about elite players, bro. They're not saying that about elite players. In my opinion, you're a bust. Like, for the amount of talent that you had, the things that you said and did off of the field of play, it made you a bust. You not being able to play defense and adapt after injury, it made you a bust, in my opinion. And this is the only thing that he feel comfortable doing is talking basketball with me because he wants to invalidate me. But at the end of the day, this is what your former teammates and your coach think about you. You don't mention this one time. I didn't hear you mention this. It was 6 hours of Kwame. I don't understand it. 6 hours of Kwame after a coach and your teammates talking like this about you, I would be pissed off.
And Antoine and I sitting up there watching the game. And Antoine turned to me and said exactly what you said. He said, "You know how good we could have been if Ernie didn't let Gilbert get away with a lot of that stuff." He just said that right out of the blue.
Mhm.
And I don't know if Antoine wanted me to say this, but it's all in the past. But it's the honest truth. But he said it was a great statement. He said, "You know how good we could have been if Ernie didn't let Gilbert get away with everything, the fines, not paying."
Well, they say I lack discipline because uh that's just a narrative that he want to push because this is what his coach saying about him. I've had a coach come up and speak about me, Mark Jackson, and Mark Jackson said beautiful things about me. Paul Salas, before he died, every birthday, every Thanksgiving, everything, Paul Salas would text me. Father's Day, all of that. I get a text from Paul Salas. It was confusing. I'm like, the fuck? Coach that I played for is texting me every time. I didn't understand it. I'm way out the league. But I wasn't talking about you, Kwame. They say, oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, you say Gil lack discipline. Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, the coach, I ain't never had a coach come up here on the internet and say nothing like that. Even Eddie Jordan said Kwame worked hard. I mean, he did this, he did that. But Gil, you was able to do whatever you wanted to do. And this sounds like disappointment. The whole coaching staff is disappointed with you.
The honest truth. But he said it was a great statement. He said, "You know how good we could have been if Ernie didn't let Gilbert get away with everything, the fines, not paying this, not paying that." And I said this. Um, I had a line with Mr. Poland.
Wait a minute. You said I wasn't on the team when Gilbert got fined? Wow. Okay.
a direct line with Mr. Poland,
Mm-hmm.
and I said to Mr. Poland, "We're going to be disciplined." And look, Gilbert has his ways, and I always said this. I even drew this on the whiteboard in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember this. I said, if you have a regular road, a highway,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a middle line that tells you which side to be on the middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
I said, now to go down the road, some of us walk this straight line down the road. Some of us wiggle a little bit out of this.
If I wasn't there, how was I able to tell this story? I told a story that was damn near identical as this story. But the difference is Eddie Jordan is saying he said that there was a wiggly line on the road, like a road. I remember him saying once you get outside of this line and all this other stuff. So I pretty much said that exact same spiel about the line and all this other stuff. So if I wasn't there, then how would I know to say that if I wasn't there? Where did I get this line story from? Because it's on my page. Trust me, it's on my page. And trust me, it's people that remember. There's not much deviation from what Eddie just said and what I said. He said something about a road, and if you get outside of the lines, and then that's what I got to get you. Eddie been watching the things I said. I said Eddie is a weenie dog. This man talked about this person need more rope than this person, and you give this person need this rope. So how was it out there? You wasn't there? No, the only person that wasn't there is you. You wasn't there. You trying to believe a story of a dude that's trying to say a bunch of nonsense, but I wouldn't know nothing about no line story if I wasn't there. Yeah, that don't even make no sense. And I'm gonna go find the one where I said my part about the lines. I'm gonna go find it because I'm just confused how I get so eerily similar to exactly what Eddie Jordan said. And that's just a crazy coincidence that I told some story about a line, and then Eddie Jordan said this, but Gilbert Arenas says I wasn't there.
Mhm.
And you have a middle line that tells you which side to be on the middle of the road.
Mhm.
I said, now to go down the road, some of us walk this straight line down the road. Some of us wiggle a little bit out the road, out of the straight line. That's okay.
Mhm.
But the road has a border on each side.
I
And
remember
once
that.
you go outside that border,
Yep.
that's when I get on you and there's gonna be consequences. So I'll
Mhm.
let you be.
So I was lying about that. Oh, I wasn't there. I forgot. Me and Eddie Jordan saying the same damn story, but I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that. Y'all just believe anything this clown say. I wasn't there. Mm-mm. I wasn't even there. I just made that up. Boy, that's what happened when you sit around and you listen to videos all day and try to come up with ways to deflect. See, right there, right there. See, this is how we gonna get him. He said he played in Miami. I never said the words I played in Miami. I said we were playing Miami. The team was playing Miami. Yeah, I did say rope. Because he did say rope. He said line, rope. You give a guy rope, line, or whatever he said.
Mhm.
But the road has a border on each side.
I
And
remember
once
that.
you go outside that border,
Yep.
that's when I.
But I don't remember him saying border. I remember him saying rope. And again, when you're telling 20-year-old stories and a guy is 70 years old, I'm still going to say that he said rope. I like my memory over a 70-year-old man. He said rope. He said some people need a shorter rope, some people need a longer rope. Gilbert needs this rope, and he had examples of it. That's what I think he said. But either way it go, there was some type of demonstration given by Eddie Jordan about a rope or about discipline, and then Gil said, "The hell with that," and did not come to practice. He did whatever the hell he wanted to do.
Get on you and there's going to be consequences. So I'll
Mhm.
let you be yourself within this road where we're going, every
Mhm.
individual. And so I don't know if you remember this. The one time Gilbert was really did some about 2 or 3 things in a row that I said, okay, I got discipline really good now. So I said, Gilbert, you're not starting tonight.
Mhm. I
Right?
remember that.
So and
Look at what's funny. Gilbert did 2 or 3 things, and a really good discipline for Gil was to not start. That was his only discipline, to not start. That was his discipline, to not start. So stop it, man. Coming up here with all this garbage. You wait 4 years to say I lied to my supporters because your coach came up here and told the truth that corroborated my story. Now I lied to my coach. This is sad. And I'm gonna drop the link. And I would love for Gil or whoever that want to tell me what I lied about. And I'm gonna cover up the screen. I'm gonna make sure nobody gets seen because I'm not trying to have nobody flag me. If there's any cursing, you get down. That boy he's scraping and scrambling. Got everybody talking about me and basketball again. Every time the deflection is Kwame Brown in basketball. Nigga, your coach said you boo-boo. Nah, ain't no different set of rules for everybody. I come from MJ era. MJ led like a real trooper. And I would not follow a weenie dog. I'm a real soldier. I don't follow weenie dogs. And I'm not a military soldier, so I don't want nobody. Let me rephrase that, because then somebody will clip that up and send it to somebody that went to war and say, "Look at Kwame lying to his supporters. He said he went to war. He's a soldier." we wouldn't want we wouldn't want people clipping that up and sending it to actual military men and women. Yeah, we wouldn't want that to happen. So let me make sure they know that I'm talking about basketball soldiers. You know, Danny Smith, you on the link?
Man, what's to you, man?
What's up?
What's to you? Or why you lying like that for, man? What's to you, boy?
First of all, let's be respectful. Let's not be ignorant. You don't know about if I'm lying or not because were you there?
Man, I saw the videos, man.
I understand, but I'm asking you, were you there?
Man, I saw the video. So why,
I
man, stop
understand, but
that.
before we can move on, I need you to be able to answer truthfully. Were you there?
Man,
I heard
man,
you.
was you there though?
All right, let me remove you. We don't got time to argue. Can't even see that's the problem. These guys are a little slow. I can understand you. You could talk about whether you believe somebody else or not, but let's not be disrespectful. Don't come up here calling somebody a liar when you wasn't there, bro. You could say I believe Gilbert Arenas over you. That's how an educated person talk. Y'all talk like you're so educated, and then you get up here and you don't know how to talk. You don't know how to talk. I'm not answering no question like that. You started off, that wasn't no question. How is that a question why you lied? That's more of a statement. If you already have come to the determination that I lied, you're not having a good faith conversation, so I'll holler. Fuck, I'm gonna waste my time talking to somebody like that for. You crazy? Just say you like Gilbert. Just say you believe what he said, and we'll leave it like that. I'm not here trying to convince you. I'm sitting in my backyard chilling, smoking me one now. No, his opinion is I believe Gilbert's story over yours. That's an opinion. Coming up here and making a statement saying why you lied, bro, that's not an opinion at all. I know a fan when I see one. Oh boy, King Meeks, you on the panel. What's up?
You responding to everything besides
I don't like your voice. It's too slow. Now you got to speak up. Come up here with a little bass in your voice. We're not doing this monotone. I sound like I'm about to cry. I'm going to talk slow and waste time. Get to your point quickly. Ask your question quickly, and I'm going to move on if you don't.
respond to the video. You talking about
Respond.
everything
Listen, listen,
besides to the
listen, listen.
video.
Stop talking for a second. I had you backstage and you're still talking. I want you to stop talking for a second and listen to what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you ask me a question very quickly. I'm not going to sit and let you sit up on the panel and filibuster. What's your question?
Why are you not responding to Gil's video directly? Why are you doing all the bullshit running around?
So I got to do what you want me to do.
Bro, you are lying directly. He's refuting your lies. Respond to that. We don't you jumping
So I'm
around.
playing my video and
Yo,
responding
forget
directly
what you
to
feel
my.
about
Hey,
me.
hey, 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 boy! Don't talk while I'm talking. Don't talk while I'm talking. You sound dumb. I'm responding directly to my video that he used. I don't want his face on my channel. What is wrong with you, boy? You're just asking 10 questions in a row.
No, I did not.
And you steady talking. Let me drop you down again, boy. I don't want nobody come back up talking while I'm trying to talk. We're not doing that. You're emotional. Get out your feelings. Get out your feelings. If you was a patient dude that was just trying to come up here and talk, we can have a conversation. I drop you down, bring you back up. You're talking.
I don't want to be on
Relax.
this.
Look at you. Look at you. Get down. Let me bring Danny up. You want to have a better time asking me a question, Danny?
No, 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 no. I'm talking shit, so hell no. I'm
No,
just
we're
gonna
not
address.
doing that. We're not doing that. You're not gonna talk no shit. So hell no, we're not doing that. I told you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask you questions, and you're gonna ask me questions, and then you're gonna answer the question, and I'm gonna answer a question. All that playing and joking and all that is over with. I'm not having you coming up here talking over me. I'm not having you doing none of that. Now, King Lame, I'm gonna let you back up here. Now, I'm just responding directly to a video that somebody responded to.
Yo,
And
fuck
those
the
are
who.
my shut up, boy. I wasn't done talking. We got to get our matter of fact, you up out of here. You get up out of here and learn some manners. Look at this clown. He's steady talking. Now you get up out of here too. Yeah, get up out of here. Can't let you clowns come up here and be disrespectful, over talking the host, running your mouth. You two boys are talking for another man in the first place. How you gonna come over talk me windmilling for a dude you play brawlhalla with? I don't got nothing to do with you being mad because your Fortnite buddy got exposed. Your Fortnite buddy got exposed. I guess I'll play the other video of me and that Thomas talking. Let me go get that video. These people rude as hell. Think people got to put up with y'all crap every day. No, sir. I'm not putting up with it. I don't want to hear it. I'm trying to talk. You want to ask me 40 questions in the middle of me talking. I can't finish a sentence because somebody who want to talk to me is going to overtalk me. Not happening. Let's see. It's on. Oh, they had the video flag down. That's why. Oh, very slick. Very slick guy. He had the video flag down that me and Echan. Oh, okay. I see how they do that. On 2.0, the video got flagged down. Oh, man. Let's see. Did it get flagged down? Let's see. Mm-hmm. Oh, they flagged that video down when Eton Thomas came up. Oh, he think he's slick. God. God, dog. Dog. Weenie dogs. Salute, KB. Get him out, champ. To all Guild supporters, why does Guilds have to flag Kwame videos but never flag any of Guild? Yeah, I don't need to flag his videos. I don't care about what he say. The video I got flagged for, let me see if I can get the title of the video I got flagged for. It's in the YouTube studio still. Oh, I had to switch and toggle over. It's on the rematch. Yeah, that's the one I did on his page. I did the one on his page, but the one he flagged me, we did it on my page, and each time was over the phone, and he said a lot of stuff. He gonna try to flag this one, but I ain't trying to get in no beef or all that. I don't care nothing about all that. I ain't even finna roast his shoulders or none of that, because that's what they looking for. They looking to try to flag. That's all it is. I'm just happy he got it all out. I'm happy he got it all out. The people who believe Gil, they already believe Gil, so that's no big thing. But yeah, the people who no, that's a different interview that's on Eton channel. I could play that one on the rematch. That's a different one. That's the one I called in on his page and did. And he just he did a portion of it. I think Eton is writing a book, so he's gonna, He's just writing a book. I don't really think he's concerned with this Gilbert Arena shit. He know I ain't gonna do nothing to Gil. He know Gil is a dummy, but I ain't finna do nothing to Gil. He ain't finna do nothing to me. So let me go get that one.
And sit down together and hash it all out. And I was like, ooh, I don't know how that's gonna go. I was like, so I looked up at some of the videos. I was like, yeah, I don't know if they're in hashing it out stage.
Break the boots.
But I do think that, and this is 100% honest truth, I think that it would go far with young people about how they can resolve conflicts. Because a lot of times with young people, they're having conflicts not anywhere near as deep as what y'all are going through, or even what is said or anything like that. Because y'all, I mean, there was some lines that was crossed on some of that stuff. I mean, you don't talk about people's family, you don't talk about that. Like it was on a whole different level. You know what I mean?
But he's the only one that's talking about family. I'm never talking about his name.
And that's why I made sure I had to get that on record. Hold up. Hey, we don't play. And like I said, no, I don't agree that I said things about his family. I don't agree that this is beef. I think this is the classic case of jealousy. I went super duper viral. I had people that know me every day like, man, what the hell? They like, I had friends that be around me every day like, man, what the fuck it is about you, nigga? So I get it. I went super duper viral. I didn't want to go that viral. Didn't try to go that viral. Hell, I started running away from the internet. Oh, so she must have did a video of it. Okay, I'll play that one. So they flagged the video down. They flagged the live down, but my editor clipped the video. Okay.
But with some of young people, they're having conflicts and it's ending in like somebody getting shot or like somebody like tragedy. And it's like, wow, they didn't have to go to all of that just because of this happened. And I'll say, listen, I understand. You know what I mean? Like I tell people all the time, listen, when I came and I tell you like how I say you was more mature than me was, I was like, okay, I saw Brennan saying different stuff in the papers when he lost the starting spot and he lost it fair and square. Throw that in there. And then he was talking.
Wait. Based on what Gilbert said, I lost the starting spot too. So it was all three.
I saw him and his agent saying all the stuff in the paper and stuff like that. And I came in to practice and
so here's Eton Thomas said that he was fighting for the same spot as Brendan Haywood. So I don't understand what this whole lie was about. Salute to you, just saying censoring truths and opinions, no respect. Oh yeah. I don't know why he's saying that me and Eton was beefing. Me and Eton I was jealous or mad. No, that's never the case. Me and Eton was actually cool. Me and Eton worked out together. We went to poetry readings together. I went to the go-go with Eton, I think. So yeah, me and Eton's never had an issue. Never. Gil's story make more sense. Cool. See, I can respect that. But it's just a story. Gil's story is not matching up with his coach, Eton Thomas, or nobody else's that was there. Y'all believe Gil's story because y'all believe Gil. But Eton Thomas Anton Jameson, and none of their stories match up with Gilbert's.
I was like, hey, what's the stuff you say in the papers? And he said some kind of smart aleck Brendan comment, and then I punched him. That was it. It wasn't no, you know what I mean? And the part that he always leaves out of the story, right? He grabbed my hand and wouldn't let go. That part is never told in the story. And then you know everybody breaks stuff up, and I can't get to it. And I've told this story a million times. And I'm like, at that time, that evening, I thought, okay, I'm gonna show up at this dude's doorsteps. I thought, okay, we can handle this. You know what I mean? Where there's nobody to break us up, it could be a whole different level. That
would have been bad.
It would have been bad, but that was going to happen. Like Harvey Grant came over to my house, and literally, I'm getting my stuff ready to go out the door. He came to my house, say, "I just want to talk to you," and we just try to you know what I mean? So I didn't have the maturity that you had. You know, so when you had your thing with Gilbert, you didn't come back to practice. And I was talking to Coach Jordan about this. I was like, no. He didn't quit the team. He didn't come back to practice because he said he felt like whatever was going on, he was so mad at Gilbert. If he came in, he was going to beeline right to him and knock him out. And he said that would be very bad for me. That's
So Etan remembers the story. And Etan says Kwame said he was going to beeline to me and beeline to Gilbert Arenas and knock him out. So, hey, same story I told everybody else. I'm gonna try to appeal it. Same story I told everyone else. But hey, somehow I lied. Somehow I'm lying.
I didn't do that. I came to practice and beeline to Brendan. Hey, what's this message said about the papers? And that's what.
And for those of you who said that I quit, Etan Thomas, a captain on the team, is saying that no, he didn't quit. The captain of the team is saying no, he didn't quit. So I'm not worried about what people online think. One of the captain of the team that's wearing my mama's cooking shirt said no, he didn't quit. So we not worried about no hater in the chat.
So listen, take the compliment. You was more mature than I was, and I have no problem saying that.
But well, they're gonna call it me being a quitter.
Nah, you ain't quit nothing. There was no quit in you at all. That was maturity. But
all the hater haul ass when the captain say no quit in you at all. Notice how Gil attacked Etan in his rant. Oh, he attacked Etan? Oh, I might have to go see that. But y'all give me a timestamp of when he attacked Etan. But Etan said, "Oh no, ain't no quitting you. Ain't no quitting you." That was smart. That was being mature. Maturity is what he said. Because he went to the locker room and beat the heck out of Brendan. And if I would have did that, if I would have went to the locker room and beat the heck out of Gil, well, then my career would have been over. Yeah, my career would have been over because the cover-up that they covered up of me breaking my hand at the University of Florida, if you notice, that never came out in the paper. Udonis Haslam know about it. Know about it. Billy Donovan knows about it. Tom Ostrom knows about it. The bouncers at the club in Florida know about it. And the dude I jumped up and down on like a trampoline knows about it. You didn't start running your mouth until you left from LA. This is a troll account. We're going to get this account out of here. We're going to get this account up out of here because I didn't run my mouth at all. Etan Thomas didn't break his hand when he got drafted. I broke my hand fighting at a bar. And once I broke my hand, we had a commissioner in David Stern that was an actual real commissioner. And David Stern, when he gives you a stern warning, the name fits. If David Stern told you something, then it's probably going to happen. So if I would have slapped the stuffing out of Gil, I would have lost my contract. And Gil or no player in NBA history is worth that much to me. There was one other time that a player tried to fight me in the locker room, and I had no smoke for him in the locker room, but I choked the living bejesus out of him outside that locker room. In the locker room? I don't want no smoke. I can't. I'm a punk. I'm scared. We not UD up here. What is this? Who is this? What are you talking about? We not UD. What does that got to do with anything? Do you want to hit the link and explain to what you're talking about? Because if you don't, we putting you out the chat. I don't take too kindly to threats. I don't know you, and I don't know why you would be texting saying we. I don't know what we means, and I don't know why you would have a problem with me. But you got about 10 seconds to hit the link or you're blocked. Didn't know official Ace and me having a problem, but we're going to block all problems because I don't understand what this type of text means, but I'll give you space and opportunity to understand it. The link is in the chat. I need you to hit this link. Ace, official Ace 215. All right, we're going to get you up out of the chat. We're not here for guys that's just here to argue with somebody. That's not what we're doing. We're not here for threats. We're not here for none of that. You guys that just need a bandwagon to jump on because of the person that you like, find a new bandwagon. Danny, how may I help you? You're trying again, huh? How may I help you?
Hey man, why you be staying lying for though, man? You was on the Lakers when we said that.
I can't even understand what you're saying.
You was on the Lakers when you said that.
Okay, can you speak in a complete sentence? I was on the Laker when I said what?
That you was gonna beat up Gil, right?
Oh my
You ain't,
God.
you ain't said that in the same season. You ain't said in the same season. What the fuck? Oh wait, I know you know you said that shit the next season, bro.
You stuttering, bro. I can't understand
I
what
don't
you.
get no fuck about none of that shit, bro. What the fuck?
Hey, we're not doing all that cursing, bro. You need to go finish the drugs that you're on.
None of that shit. The fuck?
You got your YouTube in the background, Bourdin Super Hater.
My bad, my bad.
What's going on? Super Hater, you're on the panel.
Oh, I ain't know I was on the panel. It's my first time. I'm just happy. I'm just listening to you, bro. I'm just listening to you. That's all. I'm just hearing the facts.
All right, I'm dropping you down then because I'm
All
up
right,
here.
cool.
For,
Okay, that's cool, bro. That's cool.
all right. Yeah, I'm gonna drop him down because I'm just up here for the haters to come on up and ask questions. Yeah, that dude can't talk at all, man. I can't understand that. He's just angry for no reason. That's Gil fans that angry. Goodness gracious! Don't let my fans be sitting back drinking 40 ounces, ready to fight somebody they don't know about. Something they don't know, man. That's crazy. That man sitting up in the house. You wasn't there where you sat it, loser. Like, man, are you crazy or something? What's wrong with you, yo? Man, Gil, what you do to these fans, man? What you doing to these people? Everything he say, he got them in a trance. They just repeat what he say. Jesus Christ, boy. You need to calm down. They get mad when them facts come out. They get upset when them facts come out, boy. And for the record, people that like Gil, right? It's okay for you to like Gil. People that like Kwame, it's okay for you to like Kwame. But do not engage in any crazy behavior. Do not engage with trying to argue or fight somebody on my behalf. And do not be like Gilbert Arenas' fans. Some of these people, not all, some of these dudes are some angry, weird dudes. It's like they need a daddy or a boyfriend or something. I don't get it. But we don't want to act like that.
But going back to this thing with Gilbert, would that be something that you would be open to? That's all. I don't know where it would go with me and Prof. And we're trying to, but I do think that it would be great to see you two squash it, not necessarily for y'all, not necessarily for Gilbert, you know what I mean? But for the young people that are watching. Like the young people that see Kwame Brown and be like, yo, he does this, he was able to squash. You know how many young people are gonna be like, hey, because they know how y'all was beefing, right? They know that the intensity of it. And so they're looking at it, they're like, hey, if he can squash this and leave this alone, even though this dude Gilbert saying all this stuff all the time, and he can be mature enough to squash, all right, I'm gonna leave this dude alone too. And I'm gonna call off what was about to happen. That's how you don't understand how.
I was sitting there listening, like, call off what was about to happen. I'm like, what the fuck? Ain't nothing about to happen. I just want to dispel this notion that that something is about to happen. I want to dispel this notion that something is about to happen, especially from my end. I can't tell you what anybody else is thinking, but from my end, I went over a video of a coach and a former teammate speaking about another teammate. I don't think I have to beef in order to do that. And I'm not going to necessarily call this beef. It's not at all. Good night to you, SJ. Him and Patrick Ewing was not cool. I knew that already. It just wasn't my place to say nothing. It just wasn't my place to say anything.
You have a whole young demographic, how they look at you and identify with you because they were told that they couldn't do something or they failed or they something like that. And they see how you're doing stuff and how you that's why when I'm using this part, when I put this in this book, it's going to be all about perseverance, how Kwame Brown was able to persevere through all this stuff that he was going through. That's the story. You know what I mean? Now, yeah, whether you want to call it celebrity, whatever, they are going to be inspired by you, right? But I want them to be inspired in a positive way, not in a negative way. Even though you have a right to be hostile, even though you got a right to be mad, even though you got a list, there was lines that was crossed, thinking everything was funny, giggling all this stuff, but saying all of it.
But I'm not hostile or mad. I'm just sitting here chilling and listening. I'm not hostile. I'm not mad. Now I know I put together words better than most. And sometimes when I'm roasting and I'm having fun, and sometimes when I get mad, I got a deeper bark than most. But I'm not doing anything hostile or mad. I'm not doing anything hostile or mad at all. I'll be the only one chilling. Like, I got nothing to do with this dude, want nothing to do with him, and that's it. It's not beef at all. Yeah, it's not beef. It's a buck broken male trying to discredit a black man talking manhood. I see what's happening because I lived it being a regular black man. That's exactly what's happening. If you hear the way he talk about me, it's the worst. You wouldn't know that I own everything and I got outright. You wouldn't know that. Now, I'm lying now because I've had to buy a few things that I leave a note on because you want to establish some sort of credit and trust and debt and all that good stuff. But yeah, like you wouldn't know I'm as successful as I am listening to the way that some of these people talk about me. I'm just letting you know. And so some of the stuff Eton was saying in this interview, I do not agree with. He was just talking so fast that I couldn't stop him. But we'll talk on the back end. But I just want people to know that's listening to this interview, there is no aggression, there is no beef. There is just one guy that has a different level of jealousy for me that I've never seen. Um, yes, I can admit that I don't like him because of the things that he did in the past and what he represent. This joking, playful type of kid energy, but that doesn't translate into beef. That don't have nothing to do with nothing. You guys want me to work with somebody that disrespected me and my family. I don't set my life up in the way to do something like that. I see the play that's going on with the in the world today, where all these men get disrespected and then they go work with the person that disrespect them. Like, no, we good. You scared to believe Eton the snake? Miss Melanie, what are you saying? You're saying that Eton is a snake? I think Eton's writing a book, and he's writing a book about guess who? You know who? The guy that they call a bus, everybody wants to hear about. Now, Eton doesn't call me a bus, but he's not writing a book about Gilbert Arenas. He's writing a book about Kwame Brown. I don't know why this dude, King, whatever his name is, keep hitting my panel. I'm not here to argue with you, bro. So I know you're emotional. You should go get on a date tonight. I mean, the night is still young. It's 10:20. Saturday night. You're probably in LA somewhere. There's beautiful women out there. I don't know why you're spending so much time on my chat. I don't get it. Where's your girlfriend? King Meeks, where's your girlfriend?
Yeah, today's Sunday, Kwame.
Oh man, come on, man. I said that on purpose to see if he was gonna act like a girl and correct me. Nah. It's Sunday night, sir. Man, don't you know I was gonna say anything just to get him to say something so I can throw him off? Haven't y'all understood this about me yet? I'm gonna say anything just to get him to correct me so I can throw him off. I'm a hypocrite in that way. It was nothing he can do. He don't stand a chance. I don't want him on the panel. I'll say it's Monday to get him to correct me to throw him off the panel. I'm smoking my swagger dash. It's time to play with people. He playing with me? Why he keep trying to hit my link? I didn't ask him to keep coming back over and over again to do the same thing. He gonna do the same thing. It's not like he's gonna change up what he's doing. So it's time for me to win. All right. Y'all want me to be serious with him? All right, I'll be serious with him. Okay, my bad. Let me be serious with him. If I was gonna be serious with him, I'd do this right here. Let me be serious. What's up, man? My bad. What's up, bro?
No, it's all good. But yo, Kwame,
This
y'all
nigga think I'm for
contracts
real.
is public
You think I
information.
apologize for real?
So
Man, you know
yo,
what? Let me drop you for real. You think I apologize to you for real, nigga? That's funny. You really think I was sorry? Man, shut up. Now, see, you done got yourself off the pedal again. You actually thought I was sorry. I was just doing it for the people in the chat. Wasn't doing it for you.
I know all of that, right? But even with all of that, there's young people watching. So just so you understand, would you be open to it? You don't have to give me no definite yes, not anything like that, but just be open to the idea of possibly coming to the table and me and Prof being there, and we're trying to see if we could, something. That's all.
Well, let me start off by saying I'm definitely open to that. I've even tried to get him to just apologize for some of the things he said about my mother and things like that. And it's like talking to a brick wall. And my thing is there has to be some atonement for the things that he said. And I think there's something going on in today's world where you disrespect the black man, and then they can't just say, "Hey, you know what? You're not my cup of tea." There's no beef. It's just it's not my cup of tea. Because what I initially asked him is just don't say anything else about me. I didn't come out and say let's beef, let's fight. I just said don't say anything else about me. I don't think Gilbert and me thinks on any same wavelength. So whatever he's going to say to DJ Vlad or anybody else is going to be something that I wouldn't say. So that's all I asked him. Just you get asked about me, don't say anything. But
Now, I don't understand what's so hard about what I'm saying for you to get. I don't know what's the framework. I guess people are not used to people talking loud or cursing. I guess they're not used to that. So they try to frame everything I say as this angry guy or this beefing guy or this mad guy. But when you listen to me talk, it's very simple what I want. I want to be just left alone. You're not my cup of tea. There was no lies told. When I initially said something to Gil, look, bro, cool. Just don't say nothing else about me. Just do you. If they ask you a question about me, ask Kwame. But every time the goalpost keeps getting moved for a reason that he needs to talk about me. Oh, well, he just asked me a question, so I just had to answer that question, and I gave you a favorable response. It's like, you a joke at this point. You just got to find a reason to talk about me. Kwame is a case study of how the NBA doesn't allow true black manhood. Gilbert is a fool that they deployed. David Stern bring me up in the office. You put yourself in a deplorable situation. How did I do that? You got in a fight at a nightclub. Yeah, he put his hands on me. You put yourself in that situation. How did I do that? You went to a bar. People go to bars. Your son, your daughter went to bars in college. Matter of fact, soon as I enroll in this college, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to a bar. I'm pretty sure I'm going to go to several bars. It doesn't make sense to say I deserve to be punched in the face because I went to a bar. Would you tell that to a woman? Would you tell that to any other person that they went somewhere in public and they deserve to be punched in the face just for going there? So no, I didn't understand that. Yeah, I understand that you pay me money to play basketball, but you're not going to blame me as a victim of an assault because I make money and I got picked a number 1 draft pick. It's not going to work like that. No woman in the world would they tell you deserve to be punched in the face. But for some reason, David Stern told me that I should know that I'm the number 1 draft pick and that you put yourself in that position to be punched in the face. And I thought he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for saying something that asinine. That made no sense to me. And he tried to get me to understand that you're the number 1 draft pick and you can't do that. And I said, if someone put their hands on me, then I'm going to put my hands on them. Just know that. And so how it ended up boiling down is David Stern, that I knew from that day on, he didn't like me and he was going to do everything in his power to get me out the league. And I didn't like him because I don't believe in no man should tell me that I shouldn't be able to defend myself. No amount of money that somebody pay me is going to allow somebody to punch me in my face and I do nothing. I'm sorry. So, sorry, like that's just not going to work for me. David Stern was a weasel. He had to have been a weasel trying to get me to understand to allow someone to assault me. I'm just trying to figure out what would you have me do in that situation. So if somebody punched me in the face, you want me to run out and just leave because I play basketball? Like, I don't get it. But again, that's not going to work for me. You was the number 1 investment, the number 1 new investment that year. I wouldn't give a shit. Bro, what the hell? Y'all sound like bitter wives. Yeah, that's why I'm glad. This is going to be Gilbert's last video. It's gonna be his last video, so I love it. I love it. I love it.
I definitely would end whatever beef. I'm okay with roasting and joking because I don't look at Gilbert as somebody that I'm beefing with. He might think that we're beefing. He might take it off of the internet because he said some things that sounded violent. But I think that I should be an example for these young kids because I've witnessed family members and friends that had to sit across from the table to somebody who did something wrong to them. And some of the things that I was told that they did wrong was very egregious. And because everybody else wanted it to just stop, they didn't hear that person of how what they did affected them. And with Gilbert, if he would just be honest about, you really did do what I said you did, Gil. You really did, you and your agent, and you were very aware that your agent wanted to sign me, and you was having a love affair with me. You were throwing me the basketball. You were being a nice teammate for once, and you were talking to me about how I was going to get paid. And then when I said no, that's when the problem happened. So at that moment, I'll take you back. At that moment, I wasn't Kwame Brown no more. It shifted me into a mentality of that I'm back in my neighborhood now, and just somebody just took something from me. So I'm thinking now, like, okay, if I see this guy, and I remember you guys called me when I was in Jacksonville, and I thought I was over it. I'm like, okay, they called me, they're asking.
I just said in this interview, I remember you guys called me when I was in Jacksonville. Literally just said this. The video the other day, you guys called me when I was in Jacksonville. So Gilbert Arenas did all this talking about how the Washington Wizards didn't want Kwame Brown. While they were in the playoffs with the Miami Heat, I've told this story before. They called my phone and asked me, was I still in shape? We need you. So this cap about them not wanting me was cap. They were upset that I kept saying no. Gilbert Arenas should know me all too well. When I start saying no, that no ain't going to change, especially if you don't change up what the hell you did. Gilbert should have known this from back then. He should have known this from back then, but I think he do. But the flagging of the channels, the doing all this weird stuff, and it's cool and all. But like I said, man, God is good. God is real good. God is real good. So no, I'm not going to do what most black families teach their kids to do, to accept the disrespect, to accept when I, as an adult, I done found out that so many people that I know done been raped and touched on as kids. And then when you hear their stories and you hear their trauma, they had to sit across from an uncle or the favorite cousin that everybody liked, and the family done been through so much. So the women in the family didn't want to deal with the reality of something happened. So they force somebody to sit there and take it because they don't want the drama of it. Nah. So I learned right then and there. I said, no, when somebody do something to me, fuck you. And I'm going to let you know it's fuck you. I'm going to make you very aware of it. And then I'm going to let you know I'm at peace with the F you. And that else, I'm not angry. I'm just not going to deal with you. Period. Especially a liar, especially somebody that can't say, I've done things, I've messed up. Somebody that can't admit that they messed up. No, can't be around you. You think you perfect. You think you better than everybody. Like, no, I don't do that. If you can't atone for the things that you've done, if you can't apologize for things that you've done in life, I think you're a bozo. I think you're a weirdo. I've done things that I've had to apologize for and don't feel no type of way about it. Don't feel less than. I actually feel better about it. I never said I was perfect in Washington. So these guys talking about drinking and all that. Hell yeah, I was told I was fucked to the up those days before I wanted to woo woo. Can you imagine? I know what this dude doing. I know me saying no, and he started doing that. Man, come on, man. Like, shh. Boy, look at here. Some of the things I was thinking. You gotta remember, bro, he not built like that. He got a different background than you. He just a clown. Yeah, I knew he was a clown when he brought me in DC, a place that you can't have a firearm. You bring somebody a firearm with the wrong magazine. I'm like, this dude a clown. I knew right then, I don't need to be around no dude like this. You bring somebody a AK in the city of DC, I'm like, boy, this boy the police. Like, this ain't helping, boy. You the police. I can't be around you. You don't know how to make decisions. I'd rather get whooped than this. This ain't a win right here, nigga. I'd rather let them whip me than to pull out an AK in the middle of DC. Like, you got to be a clown. like no, I don't do buffoons. But if them guys think that I'm worried about basketball, man, let me tell you something. I was me before I played basketball. And because I'm me, that's how I made it to where I made it in basketball. And I'm me after basketball. So I don't know what y'all niggas talking about. I don't have that story y'all got that y'all was bred in the laboratory to play basketball and all you ever wanted was to play basketball. And when you saw Michael Jordan, you just couldn't breathe and all this shit. That ain't my story. Football was my first love. I played all sports, football, basketball, baseball. I just like competition. Got taller, kept playing basketball. Based on the people that I faced, I said, oh, okay. I was going to go to Florida at first after kicking a couple of asses. I said, I'm going to throw my hat in the NBA. NBA wasn't no dream for me. I never knew I was going to no NBA. I'm from Brunswick. Nobody don't go to no NBA from here. Nobody don't go nowhere from here. Y'all talking to a dude that made people feel like they can go somewhere, boy. I know why they attack me so much. I made a generation of people feel like they can go somewhere. Y'all better go look at how many people from Brunswick started taking off after I made it. And then tell me why you think they mad at me. Now we just looking at around here in this town now, they looking at who next. Before it went from don't nobody come out of Brunswick to after me, it was who next. After I opened up Pandora's box for these young boys' mind, because they know my struggle. They like, boy, if Kwame can do it, this boy was at the manor house. Her mom was on welfare. They know me for real. So shit, if Kwame can do it, we can do it. You know how many mother truckers made it after that? It dang near every year somebody going to college, top recruit from around here. Man, this is getting scary, man. Are you okay, brother? Are you okay?
So Tyson Chandler signed his contract
Hey,
in
brother,
September
I'm just worried about
2005.
you right now,
You
not
signed
Tyson
yours
Chandler.
on August 2nd.
Hey, brother, I'm worried
So you
about you
lied
right
about your
now.
contract.
Brother. Let's stop talking about other men for a second. Are you okay, bro? Like, I'm asking you a real question. Like, are you okay?
You signed your contract on August 2nd.
So you don't want to talk about you. Is your
Tyson
well-being
Chandler
okay,
signed
bro?
his in September.
Nah, he's not okay. Like, this is crazy, man. I ain't never seen somebody keep hitting a link this many times, man. Like, this is weird, man. This boy is weird. Like, you investing this much time in me? Jesus.
Me and mine shake. I thought about it. I said, because I could help the team. I can help guard Shaq. I'm like, I can see where I could be a blessing. So I'm like, and I was like, man, damn, I'm thinking about the basketball side of it. I got excited again. I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna go down here and do it. And then when I just thought about the sight of seeing his face, I started immediately shaking again. And it was like rage because I fought for something my entire life. And you played with that with your agent just because. Like, I don't know you. You don't know me. Right. And so I made a decision. You should accept that decision. You don't get involved and do something your agent wanted you to do. I think that was corny. So me personally, I never said I wanted to do anything to Gilbert Arenas. If you look back, everybody else talks about how violent I am. Steven Jackson invited me violence. Gilbert Arenas invited me violence. All of the people that's supposed to be put together and rich invite the violence to the guy that's supposed to be so violent. I'm not trying to do anything to Gilbert. I just don't want to work with him because I'm a principled man. And if he doesn't apologize, if he doesn't atone for the things that he said about my family, my mother, there's no amount of money that'll get me to work with Gilbert Arenas. And I watched them do that to Lil Woody, where Charleston White disrespect him. That's like the new thing: disrespect the black man and then make him come get a bag and forget about the disrespect. I set my life up so I don't have to deal with that. Like, I'm a boss for real. No white guy owns 50% of nothing. And so if somebody disrespects me, it allows me to have relationships that's based on the way that you treat me. And I tell young people all the time, don't allow a person to disrespect you because that's your cousin. Don't allow a person to disrespect you because that's your grandmother. It's aligned with everybody. You should have boundaries with every person in your life. And if a person truly loves you, once you make them aware of your boundaries, which you have them, I have them, once you make a person aware of your boundaries and they continuously cross your boundaries, that's not a person you need to be around. Because at some point, you already know we all can make mistakes. It could trigger you into somebody else. So the thoughts and the negative stuff that I thought about Gilbert, I said it would be in my best interest not to go around him. Plus,
whoa, that's a bad boy right there, boy. They try to make me sound angry. I got to go do more interviews. Yeah, I got to go do more interviews while I'm not just playing and joking and shit on the internet. I got to do more interviews because, boy, look at here. Mine is a terrible thing to waste, and I didn't waste mine. I would tell you that right now. Nigga, hey, this is real game. I don't care that somebody your cousin. I know people right now getting treated horribly in the name of that's my sister. Sister can't stand you, down rotten angry, since been beating you up since you've been a kid, pulling out your hair, hiding your toys, flushing your Barbies, been whipping on you since you was a kid, and you steady right there for the pummeling. Talking about that's my sister. That ain't me. That's not me. Everything I set my life up so I can make you have to treat me a certain way. And I'm gonna give you that same respect. Because I'm gonna give you that same respect because I want it in return. I'm gonna overly give you your respect because I want it in return.
Hey, what's up, Kwame? How are you, brother? How are you?
What's up with it, man? No, I'm a bust.
Stop it. Listen, right? Who's the fool that keep trying to come up? He want to defend Gil. I want to troll him. That's what I came up here for.
He done dipped now after you said that. He ain't hit the link. He hit the link every 2 seconds till you said that. I'm gonna drop the link again.
I want to troll him. Where he at? That's what I want to do. But Kwame, it's interesting, right? Because I've been watching for years now, and I see what's happening. And I'm gonna tone it. I'm gonna tone it back. Shout out to Candace Owens. Shout out to Candace Owens. Let me just say that. Number one podcast in the world. Number one podcast in the world.
She is
bro, listen, her last live that I watched, she was cooking with beef tallow. Dude, she was going ham. But yeah, listen, it's ironic that Gil, right? Now Gil is supposedly, excuse me, let me speak English. Let me not speak nigganese. He's supposedly the top guy and this and that. And no one ever asked himself, why is he spending all his time concerned with Kwame Brown, who is supposedly a bust? No one ever asked himself that. Why does he spend so much time? He's the top guy, right? Quote unquote, he's the top of the tippy. Why is he spending so much time worrying about a guy that his compatriots, right, being Matt Barnes and Stephen Smith, whatever that baboon's name is, Stephen Jackson, that baboon, said your life is dirt, right? Stupid nigga standing in Chicago pretending like he a real gangster. Nigga, take your ass back to the suburb and stop pretending you're 50 year. Anyway, let me not go off on into the tangent about these funny ass niggas that ain't really from the hood pretending. Old pretending ass niggas like they from the hood. Fuck out of here. Anyway, right? Why is Gilbert Arenas so concerned with you? Has anyone ever truly asked themselves that? Right? He got Skip Bayless in his basement, right? He doing all this. He got this person. He got Clutch Sports in his pocket. He got everybody all around, but his main focus is Kwame Brown. Has anyone ever said to themselves, why is that? No one has ever asked themselves why that is. Because most people are dumb and they're not capable of thinking beyond who they like. As I said in my comment, Kwame, it's because he's a fool paid to talk against you talking about black manhood. That's what's scary to him. He don't know anything about black manhood, and his handlers don't want you getting out talking about black manhood. They don't want it. How dare you talk about black men standing up and being erect and not taking the bullshit? And I understand it because I go through it. Do you know, ironically enough, do you know who I have problems with? I don't have, it's ironic, right? And I know you know it.
Problem with every black dude on my panel, so I'm gonna say black dudes.
There it goes. There it goes. It is black people that I have the most problem with. It's black people, and then their overlords, the white liberals. I could stand in the racist I could stand in the racist white man face and tell him, you know what? You can go screw yourself, and I believe in black nationalism. And they'll be like, oh, that checks out. Yeah, I'm cool with that. It's the white liberal that's like, oh, we all have to be together. That's like, shut up, nigger. And I'm like, wait, what? Isn't that? Like, aren't you my quote unquote ally? And I'm just wondering, like, why is it, what's happening here? Why is it always black people that are my most ardent allies of black manhood and white liberals? And I'm supposed to believe that these are the people that are on my side. But yet, the white nationalists seem to understand where I come from when I say black nationalism first, and I don't want my daughters dating any white men. They can understand it. It gets really weird with these people. Like, so I listen, I understand why they're attacking you. I understand why Gilbert why Gilbert doesn't look at him. He is the perfect fool. He's literally the perfect fool that liberals love.
And I knew that about it. That's why I tried to say, hey, look, can you not talk about me? Because he's trying to go back and get an interview. That interview that he did, I talked about him that first couple times because I didn't know he was on the podcast. But then Gil came out and said, I don't want no smoke with him. So then I said, okay, I ain't saying nothing about Gil. Me and him cool now. So I don't even know why he went that far back. He went back like 4 years ago to explain 20 years ago. Like, this shit is weird. I don't get it. But all I did was react to a video that his coach said he wasn't shit, basically.
Yeah, which I don't get why, right? So why is he attacking you when his coach said it? He shouldn't he? Well, I know, you know what? I know why. Let me stop acting like I don't know why. You know,
I don't know why. I'm trying to figure out. I asked him in the DM. I say, Gil, why are you talking about me? I said, I just reviewed a video. I said, are you going to respond to Eddie Jordan and them? He was like, no. And then I shouldn't have told him this. I said, Gil, you're going to make yourself look, because I knew he was going to go live before he went live. He was texting me about going live. And I told him, I said, man, you're going to make yourself look stupid if you don't address Anton and Eddie. I'm like, you're going to make yourself look stupid. You cannot just address me if the coach and the captain is saying that you wasn't a good leader and that you ruined the franchise.
But he's addressing, but here's the thing, he's paid to solely address you.
Hey, that's not smart.
Well, but he's being paid to do it, right? It's like Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith was paid to solely address you. Let me tell you something, Kwame. You know what I realized long time ago? Why they were anti you when you said, "Oh, my mother wouldn't push the single mother narrative and that we had a father." I said, "Oh, I get it. I fully understand where it's all going now." Once you said that, I said, "Oh, I see it.
Oh yeah,
I know what's happening."
Every article was negative after that.
Yep.
Every last article.
Yep. I said, I know what's happening. I said, I know why they're anti Kwame Brown. I get it now. And then I listened to you more and listened to you more. And I said, oh, I get why they are all anti Kwame Brown. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because your narrative, right? Your narrative is not allowed to go forward.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And look, again, right? I don't like you because you're an NBA player. I like the man Kwame Brown. Right? Because the man Kwame Brown stands for what I stand for. So I fully understand it. I don't give a damn about you being an NBA player because that doesn't mean anything in the end.
I sat there and told Gil that. I was like, what do you think this is going to accomplish? They know I played basketball, but that's not what they really came over here for.
No, I don't care about that. I'm not like, oh my God, Kwame Brown, he was an NBA player. Yeah, that doesn't do anything for me. Like what I was drawn to you because the man, when I listened to the man and you spoke about men things and respect me like you respect them white boys, which Kwame, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think a lot of people understand what that truly means.
Exactly.
They don't get that.
It'll be a whole lot less unaliving if they did.
Yep. I don't think they understand what respect me like you respect them white boys mean. I understand it. And so that's why I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
When they go out to the bars tonight, when they go out to the clubs, when they go out to the hookah lounges, ain't none of them gonna have the chant, I wish one of these white boys try me. Ain't none of them gonna have a negative thought like that. But I guarantee you they'll have a negative thought like that about a brother.
And that's why, Kwame, I don't be around white people. Be around black people. Y'all hear the things that I say, right? And a lot of your audience gets all upset. Oh, why he speak like that? Because I know the real. When I be outside with them white boys, don't be no black men challenging me. As soon as I be outside with other black men, here come a whole bunch of black men. Oh, I gotta put my chest out on you. What? Stop it.
I know all too well what you're talking about. That's crazy. That's what happened in Florida. I'm like, I never seen nothing like that. That's the first time I ever been punched in the face. You know, I was a teenager. First time I've been punched in the face by anybody that wasn't my brother, which is ironic, but I would just fight my one brother all the time. But another dude hit me in the face for no reason. I still to this day, I just only can assume that was his girl that came and talked to her.
No, let me tell you something, right? There was I forget which podcast I was watching, right? And there was it was said that one guy had seen Mike Tyson in the airport, and the guy was like, "Yeah, my buddy was texting me, and he was like, he had the urge to just beat up Mike Tyson, to just punch Mike Tyson and see what happens." And I'm thinking to myself, well, one, why would you want to punch Mike Tyson? But two, you don't want to punch any, like, you have no urge to punch any white or Hispanic boxer. Like, there's no urge to do that. But there's this urge to like constantly challenge black men nonstop, even when they're minding their business.
Because they make us compete. How many times I said I don't compete with black men, I compete with white boys. I'm trying to train their mind to focus on who dominating America. Why are you
Man, these
focusing
niggas
on
is
somebody
scary.
that's at the bottom with you? Why are we at the bottom of the social economic level of the classism and all that shit? Why would you go at me instead of going at the people that's been kicking the draws in your ass?
Kwame, these niggas are scary. They will never compete with white boys. I'm in the league. I'm in the league of the tradesmen, and I compete with white boys every day. And guess what? They got nothing but respect for. You know what?
I was just about to say that. They respect you for it. They be like, "Oh, you supposed to be doing this type of shit. That's what I'm doing." They'll tell you they competing hard for their damn job. They know what it's about.
Listen,
and they respect other people that do it.
Listen, I'm competing every day with white boys out there, and ain't none of them getting upset. Listen, man, these niggas ain't competing. They're only competing against other blacks. Gilbert Arenas got Skip Bayless in his basement, and he going down there fluffing Skip Bayless. If you guys understand the term, you understand the term. If you don't, you don't. He going down there fluffing Skip Bayless and making sure Skip Bayless is ready to go. And then he come up and then after he leaves the basement, he not allowed to be. He comes up and talk about Kwame Brown. What type of weird shit is that?
I saw him up there for 5, 6. I couldn't believe it. I'm like I could see. I could see if I had went on a rant. If I had went on a 2-3 hour rant, talking about but whatever like I do, I would understand that. But all I did was go over a video. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, well, the hit dogs holler. He's a hit dog hollering. And I know you watch it. Listen, Gil. I know you watch it right now, and you like, oh, know who that nobody is, nigga. I am the average man that know you's a buck broken nigga that needs some help. You need some help. Those white boys got you bent over the cushion. You need some help, nigga. It's bad. It's bad for you. See, I could get up here and say this. You know why? Because guess what? Them white boys that I work for, guess what they know? We need this dude. If this dude go, we in trouble. That ain't you, Gil. That ain't you. Right? If I go, I can go out on my own today. I can go out on my own right now and still eat every day and be absolutely fine. Can you do that, Gil?
Nah, he just gonna talk about how much money he got and all this, man. But I like what she said. She said y'all might not believe this, Kwame, but it's the same way for women. Women that don't look rough enough, women that have elegance and esteem go through the same thing. And don't be short. Oh my God.
You know what's ironic? Hey, she's actually correct, because that's what feminism has done to women. They've actually made like women looking good and all of that. Like, they've made it something terrible. So she's correct. Yeah. Like, they've made it something terrible.
Feminism made these women more promiscuous too, boy.
Oh boy, I'm not going down that road. Can you get out of there?
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna be wanting.
Nah, bro. Just get out of there, bro. We're gonna let that play out the way it's gonna play out.
Okay.
Hey, we're gonna get out of there, bro.
I mean, they definitely running the show though, you know.
Yeah, until they're not. Until they're in New York, wearing burkas with Zoran Mamdani.
Yeah.
Hey, Kwame, do you watch? Because I meant to ask you this. I hate to ask you live, but like I don't email you anything. Do you watch Hood Conservative?
Hood Conservative, what's that?
Oh man, you should look up Hood Conservative online, bro. You would like him. Trust me, you would like him. You don't have to say anything. You don't gotta Google it. You don't gotta do anything. You just gotta watch his channel, bro. You would like him.
All right, I'm gonna look him up.
But yeah, they'll find out what's happening in New York. I told my little cousin, because my little cousin, she started talking about voting for Mom Dami and blah blah blah. And I told her, I'm like, you really think that like you're gonna fight black and white American men by fucking bringing in a bunch of illegals from these countries? You really need to look at what these countries is, because that's pretty much what like the vote for Mom Dami is. It's just kind of weird domination, which I don't think they realize. Like I don't think people realize what the real vote for people like Mom Dami is. Like it's not just about like free stuff. It's also about women knowing they need to be controlled. And so like they want this weird, like they won't say it, but like think about it. They are literally voting for men that subjugate women.
Who, the Manani dude does that?
Yes. No, like he's a Muslim. Like he doesn't, like he's not for gay rights and all that weird stuff that they try to tell you, like, oh, he's for trans and gays. Like, no, he's not. He's a Muslim, right? And he's a Muslim extremist.
So how did he get elected then?
Because what the women are voting for is to truly not have to work and to not have to be concerned, right? America has been too good to women, right? And this is the perverse problem, right? I'm looking at it as how perverse it is, as that they fought for like free everything about me and this and that, but ultimately look at what they voted for. They voted for someone that's going to take them back.
Mm.
Right? If you want free everything, how do you then vote for someone that's going to take you back? Right? It's clearly because there's something about going back that you truly wanted.
How do they think they're gonna get something for free? Like, how do they think all of this is gonna be for free? Can you hear me? Oh, I think he went out. Yeah, but I just don't see how they think they're gonna get all this stuff for free. I don't see it.
No, here's the thing, right? They don't. Well, here's the thing: women by and large have always gotten free. Right? If you pay attention, women by and large have always gotten free. Well, you know what? I don't want to say free, right? Because being a mother is a very big job, and the rewards of being a mother is a man killing himself to make sure that you get to be the best mother that you can be. Right? So it's not necessarily free, right? Because again, being a mother is a very big job.
Damn, Timothy coming straight at you. He said, "Bro, don't like women." Jesus, for his opinion.
Well, I mean, I understand the simps feel pain when they hear the truth. Timothy, you a simp, nigga. Hit the link. Hit the link, simp god. Hit the link. I'm ready for action tonight, right? But here's the thing I'm saying, Kwame, right? Is that being a mother is a very heavy job that is beautiful. And so I will never take that away from women, right? Like that. I understand that job. But the reason why women think free things is because largely to them, things have become free because men work for it to give them free. Right? My wife, right? Kwame, the reason why she doesn't have to concern herself with going out and making sure things happen is because largely since she was 19, I've given her everything for what she would consider free. Right?
Damn,
Now she would consider it free, but it's not free to me. Like I literally killed myself to get it, right? You understand, Kwame? Like
yeah.
your children's mother, they look at things and they're like, oh, I don't have to be concerned because Kwame's gonna do it. And you're like,
Right.
yeah, but none of that is literally free. It's not free.
It's definitely not free. It comes at a cost.
It comes at a cost, right? None of it is free. But to them, it's free. And so when they hear Mom Dami say, like, I'm gonna give you free stuff, they are right. It's naturally what women want because they've been bred. Most women come up under a father and they get stuff and their father like secures things for them. And so they're like, oh, everything is free. And so when they hear a guy saying, I'm going to secure this for you, they're like, oh, free. But like none of it's free.
Yeah,
Like,
somebody said, JJ said they want to give higher taxes to the rich.
yeah, people can just move. I don't. Guess what,
Yeah,
Kwame?
that's
When
exactly what happened.
COVID happened in New York, guess what I did? I had the money and the economy, to myself to pick up and move. I think a lot of people don't understand that. Right? I picked up and moved and said, I don't want to deal with what New York is doing. I'm out. Many people have that freedom. A lot of people don't. The people that do not have that freedom, they're going to be stuck with the bad policies.
But the people that have that freedom, the rich people that Jay trying to tax, they gonna be gone. They planning on leaving now.
Yeah, they're already listen. They're already moving down here. They're moving to Florida. They're moving to Texas. They're gone. They're already gone.
And then the people who voted this in, they're gonna be crying because it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse for them in the next 2-3 years, and they're gonna blame Trump because this dude's policy is gonna be terrible.
Well, do you know what's funny, right? Again, my little cousin, she voted for Mom Dami, right? Now, my little cousin is the, I don't know if you've seen what's her name? What's a Jewish chick name? She's pretty based. What's her face? Anyway, she said it. She said it's overeducated, middle working class women and men in New York that think that voted Mom Dami in. And my little cousin is one of them. She's overeducated. She works in the record industry. So she makes good money. She's got all the degrees, right? She does everything. She lives in nice apartments until recently she moved back in she moved back in her father's house because she understands, well, this is becoming a waste of money. Right? And she moved into her father's house because shout out to the patriarchy that she's fighting. The patriarchy also is able to house her as she fights it. and she voted for Mamdani. And I'm like, do you understand what's happening here? You're telling me you're fighting the patriarchy, you're doing all this as you move back into not into a room in your father's house. You moved into an apartment in your father's house, not a room, an apartment in your father's house as you're fighting the patriarchy. These are literally people who are like upper middle class people doing great, voting for this guy to fuck all the little people. It's wild.
Man, I'm just gonna pray for him.
It's
That's all.
wild. Remember, Kwame, she didn't move in a room in her father's house. She moved into an apartment in her father's house. And she's voting for Mamdani. And I'm like, do you not see the problem? And she's like, yeah. And she says to me, she's like, you don't understand your privilege. And I'm just like, little Coven, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
I'm just gonna pray for everybody. You're not about to get me to say nothing about your cousin. I'm praying for everybody in New York.
No. I don't want you to say anything about it. I just want to prove how my thing is to prove how ridiculous it is. Is that she's literally like in the record industry making hundreds of thousands of dollars, voting for Mamdani, living in an apartment in her father's house, talking about inequality and how oppressed she is. And it's like, are you crazy? Like, do you see what's happening here? Right?
Man,
and those are the people voting for it.
That people have gotten so fat and so lazy, and I'm saying fat for as like
Yeah.
You know, that we not battle tested no more. If they press us a little bit to see who's independent, they'll find out very quick. Most people can't live without the government anymore.
Well, no, I mean we're seeing that now, right? During the shutdown. Listen, Kwame, I haven't stopped going to Whole Foods because the government shut down. I go into Whole Foods to buy what I buy. You know why? Because the government shut down, food stamps and no food stamps, I'm still eating.
Mm-hmm.
I just did a job yesterday, right? And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you people, right? You people don't understand. I worked 5 hours yesterday and made $1,800. Now, you guys can scoff at that because I know all of you guys on the internet are millionaires. Because I know everybody on the internet's millionaires. But I worked 5 hours yesterday and made $1,800. Now, parse that out in hourly wages and ask yourself how much that is hourly, people. And I just went to that job and did what I had to do and collected my $1,800 and went on. That was it. But, I'm a bum ass nigga, Kwame. I'm broke.
I know I am.
Parse that out, people. Shout out to being a plumber. Shout out to being a plumber.
Well, salute to you, bro. I'm about to take it on in the house.
All right, Kwame, man. Have a great night. Thanks for having me. Where the haters at? I thought the haters was coming up. They was going to tell me where they at.
As soon as you came up, the haters disappeared. And as soon as Eton Thomas said I didn't quit, they disappeared.
No, I needed them to come up. Why they left like that? They was all talking about. Oh man, you know what? These niggas have been trained to hate real manhood, and they've been trained to hate black men being real men. That shit kill them.
Exactly.
But yeah, bro. Thanks for having me, Kwame, man. Have a great night, and I'll catch you on the next one, my G.
All right, salute, bro. We're gonna do a part 2 to this one. Salute. Yeah, y'all. We're gonna do a part 2 to this one. I done got a little tired, so I'm finna lay it on down. But I appreciate all of y'all. I'm up out of this thing. I'm gone.